Backcomputer log. File number 0-7 Crimson. Contingency designation, the Scarlet Witch Protocol. Subject, Wanda Maximoff. Alias, the Scarlet Witch. Threat classification, Omega Absolute. Category, God. She doesn't punch through walls. She doesn't break the sound barrier. She rewrites the sentence that says walls exist. Most threats operate within the laws of physics. I plan for those. A select few operate outside them. I plan harder for those. Wanda Maximoff is not a metahuman. She is not an enhanced soldier. She is a probability engine wrapped in grief, capable of restructuring molecular reality across multiple Earths simultaneously. On her worst day, she unmade an entire mutant population with 3 words. 3 words. This file exists because the day she decides this universe needs correcting, someone has to be ready. That someone is me. Every god has an anchor. Hers is loss. The Backcomputer's cross-referential analysis of Wanda Maximoff across observed Earth variants yields a singular, consistent data point. Her power is not separate from her trauma, it is her trauma. The chaos magic doesn't originate from discipline or training. It originates from a nervous system that learned in childhood that reality was unsafe. Sokovia, her brother, Vision, her children, twice constructed, twice erased. Each loss didn't weaken her, it amplified her. This is the paradox. Conventional psychological destabilization, the tools I would use on a Gotham crime lord, would accelerate her destructive output, not suppress it. Pushing her grief deeper triggers a hex search. Pushing it wider risks a reality cascade. The weakness is not the grief itself. The weakness is the moment between the 2.3-second neurological window where her conscious mind attempts to justify the use of chaos magic before her autonomic system fires it. That window is where I operate. She needs a reason to act. I will control what reason she sees. Preparation began 14 months before projected engagement. Mystic residue emitted during chaos magic events carries a specific tachyon variant signature, detectable at low frequency using the modified Wayne satellite array, reconfigured with Dr. Fate's spectral algorithm, acquired through an arrangement with Khalid Nazsauer. I tracked her across 3 Earths. I cataloged every hex event. Duration. Emotional catalyst. Recovery period. On Earth 838, I cross-referenced her biometric output against SWRD classified files, accessed via a low-signature neural intrusion protocol that left no digital footprint in their systems for longer than 11 seconds. From this data, the Backcomputer modeled her full operational ceiling. Then I built past it. The null-weave shroud, a full-body containment layer woven from nth metal filaments and inscribed with countersigils derived from the Vishanti lexicon. Not enough to block chaos magic entirely. Nothing is. But enough to delay molecular restructuring by approximately 93 seconds. That is my window. Additionally, auric frequency emitters embedded in the gauntlets, projecting a 40 Hz disruption field targeting the probabilistic resonance layer through which chaos magic interfaces with local spacetime. She can still cast, but her accuracy degrades by an estimated 67% within a 10-meter radius. I don't need her powerless. I need her imprecise. Direct confrontation is the last option. It is always the last option. The preferred engagement is architecture. Using a forged SWRD communique, written in her late husband's authentication cipher, reconstructed from archived transmissions, I trigger a controlled scenario, a signal, a ghost in the system that looks, to her, like a breadcrumb leading toward Vision's surviving consciousness pattern. She follows hope. She always has. This draws her to a pre-designated containment zone, a decommissioned Nexus relay station on the edge of observable reality. The facility itself has been lined with dark force dampening panels, mystic wards placed by Zatanna under contract, and a backup neuroacoustic system that emits subthreshold frequencies disrupting coherent spellform construction. The moment she steps inside, her connection to the crimson bands of Sidorak weakens by 40%. The trap isn't a cage. The trap is an environment she walked into willingly. If the architecture fails, if she detects the signal as fabricated, I engage directly. The absolute protocol activates. The null-weave shroud is already on. The auric emitters are live. Phase 1. Deploy the Scarlet suppression array, 3 microdrones pre-positioned, projecting interlocking nth metal hexagonal fields that force her chaos magic into a feedback loop. She is not blocked. She is echoing herself. Every cast returns to sender at reduced amplitude. Phase 2. The gauntlet deploys a mnemonic anchor compound, an aerosolized neurocognitive agent engineered to temporarily suppress the limbic trigger that connects emotional intensity to magical output. Not a toxin. Pause. Approximately 19 seconds of reduced emotional amplification. In those 19 seconds, I close the distance. In those 19 seconds, I deploy the containment lattice, a nth metal and vibranium bonded restraint system inscribed with binding runes from 3 separate magical traditions. She doesn't need to be defeated. She needs to be interrupted long enough to remember who she is before the grief decides for her. I have files on everyone, not because I distrust them, because the moment I stop preparing is the moment one bad day, one unbearable loss, turns a protector into an extinction event. Wanda Maximoff is not a villain. She is a woman who has lost everything repeatedly and whose pain has mass, as gravity, can reshape continents. That is not something you fight. That is something you plan around. The Scarlet Witch protocol exists not to destroy her. It exists to give her a chance to stop before the multiverse stops her first. I don't build these contingencies because I am afraid of gods. I build them because someone has to stay rational when gods grieve. End of file. 0-7 Crimson. Back computer.